Also, we have Rebecca Hager live in Montgomery, there where Governor Bentley just made his address. Let's go to Rebecca to find out more. Rebecca?
Good morning, Eric and Sarah. Of course, today, the big news of the day is supposed to be the investigative report released by Special Counsel Jack Sharman for the House Judiciary Committee. And none of us really know what's going to be in that report, but we have heard rumors around the State House that it's going to be, quote, embarrassing. Another embarrassing day for the state of Alabama. And you just heard Governor Robert Bentley here today saying that the state of Alabama was never meant to know about his personal life. He says that, he forgives those people who are talking about him. He doesn't know if it's about politics or anger or what it's about, but he's asking for it to stop. Well, we've heard from Jack Sharman, special counsel for the Judiciary Committee, who's investigating for impeachment, that he doesn't plan to stop unless he hears from the chair of that committee. So he's still planning to release that report by 5 o'clock today. And of course, we're standing by here to see what exactly is in that report, which is going to kick off our impeachment hearings that start next Monday, when that special counsel presents to the committee the findings that he has gotten. And we have heard from Governor Bentley's attorneys throughout the week. This is the first time we've actually heard from the governor himself here at the Capitol, but his attorneys have been defending him for, on Wednesday night. Another big piece of news is that the Ethics Commission found probable cause. Bentley broke ethics laws, ethics and campaign finance laws. And so this is just it's a snowball effect. We're seeing all of this come throughout the week, and then next week it's going to get a lot busier. And I tell you what, we were not sure what to expect when we got here this morning. We got a message from the governor's office. We were still in bed late last night. We hadn't had newscasts, so we threw on some makeup and headed down here. But he said he apologizes again to the people of Alabama. He says he has done nothing illegal again, and that he will continue to serve the state. We heard yesterday from his attorneys, when they asked if he would continue to govern, they said yes. And we're hearing from several people in the State House. Please, Governor, step down. They say he is ineffective as a leader. Actually, the most powerful senator in the state, the Senate President Pro Tem, said that the governor is ineffective as a leader. Bills are in jeopardy. He said the session is in jeopardy. And in his words, he said that he doesn't know what good impeachment hearings will do in the House or what good that will do in the Senate or for the people of Alabama, because that's going to take time away from important issues that they're already having a hard time getting done, he says, because of the governor. So that's kind of a recap of everything that's happened this week. Again, we are waiting on an investigative report to come out before 5 o'clock today. We don't know what's going to be in that, but we've heard it's, quote, embarrassing. So, when the governor says he doesn't think that his personal life needs to be aired to the people of Alabama, we'll see exactly if that happens before 5 o'clock today. Back to you guys.
And Rebecca, recapping what's happened this week, we've already had the Ethics Commission, which found probable cause that the governor did violate the ethics of all 4 complaints. That came out earlier this week, correct?
If it gets that far, it may be that this committee comes out.
Yeah, that came out Wednesday. We waited at the Ethics Commission meeting room for 10 hours while they were in executive session, while they decided whether or not there was probable cause to send this to a Montgomery County District Attorney for further investigation. Now, it's important to note that's not a conviction, that's not a charge yet, but it does mean they're going to continue to investigate it, and they believe there is probable cause that he did break the law in ethics and campaign finance laws. And yesterday we actually heard from his attorneys. They spent a good amount of time in a press conference defending the governor, saying that he did not break the law, and it's really a slippery slope. They plan to continue to defend him as this is forwarded to the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office. And they also said that ethics violations, the ones that he's accused of, or what the governor is accused of doing, they said that's not impeachable grounds. So it sounds like they're going to fight all the way through this impeachment process.
They only had to have.
When you look at some of how things are playing out with the actual sessions taking place, how is this having an effect on the legislators doing their work there now?
Earlier this week is that if that
well, there's no doubt. Almost every legislator I've talked to has said this is a distraction. This is a cloud cover over the state of Alabama. They are trying to get work done. They're not in session today. They were yesterday, so I'm assuming a lot of our local legislators are on their way home today. But they've said this is tiring for them to keep answering questions about the governor to both media and to the public who are asking questions. And one specific bill that we heard from 2 different legislators in the House and the Senate Senate. They said the prison bill is on life support, and that's the governor's bill that he wants to get pushed through. He wants to see new prisons in the state, and they say that's on life support right now. And the Senate President Pro Tem Del Marsh even said yesterday the session is in jeopardy. He said the governor needs to do what's best for the state of Alabama and step down. Obviously, we just heard here now he has no plans to do that.
And Rebecca, as we follow the developments with this is kind of a three-pronged issue here with this impeachment probe. One of those issues with the Ethics Commission, one of those is what we're expecting today. What else is happening? What else are the developments we are looking at coming ahead?
Well, we know the Attorney General's office is also investigating, but also that is, that has not been made public yet. So we have yet to find out what that third prong of the investigation, what they're finding out at this moment. And another thing is, as you said, there's three different investigations really going on right now. We don't know how those will affect each other. We don't know how the Ethics Committee decision will affect the House Judiciary Committee and their proceedings. I have not personally spoken to the chair of that committee, but some of the members have said, they all do have legal backgrounds, whether it's law enforcement or attorneys, but they're not really sure how the Ethics Commission decision will affect impeachment proceedings. But they do say that it's caused quite a chatter in the legislature, and more people are listening.
Rebecca Hager reporting live there in Montgomery from the Capitol steps, where the governor has just said, actually, Rebecca, do you feel this was a preemptive type of announcement that he wanted to talk to the people directly, Governor Bentley?
Yeah, I think so. I think they know that this report is coming out, obviously, today, and you heard him say, I don't think the people of Alabama need to know about my personal life and my troubles. He says, those shaming me, I don't understand why. He says maybe it's out of anger or jealousy or political motivation, but he asked them to stop. And to be honest, I really, again, wasn't sure what to expect when we got here, because we haven't heard from the governor all week, even after the Senate President Pro Tem said he was ineffective. So it was actually quite a surprise for me to arrive here to hear the governor himself rather than his attorneys. And, I think, and obviously I can't speak for the governor, but he says he doesn't want his troubles aired out there, and we've got this report coming today. I can only assume that that's what this is about.
And Rebecca, speaking of that report, when are we expecting to get that?
We will see what all the accusations are.
Well, we're not sure exactly. We know that it's going to be at some point today. According to the tentative schedule that Special Counsel Jack Sharman released a couple of weeks ago, he says that will be before 5 o'clock. So we're just kind of on standby all day. And he says that will be released to the public. Of course, we will get it, and we will let you know what's in it.
All right. Well, Rebecca, we thank you very much for that live report from Montgomery. As mentioned, we just got through hearing the governor do sort of an impassioned plea to the people of the state, asking for their forgiveness, saying that he doesn't understand why this is happening.